guys, it's Emma here and welcome back to my channel. So in last week's video I said that I was going to do a photography video recreating 3 iconic images by female photographers. So that is today's video. No shit! So I chose 3 very different images from 3 very different photographers. The first being Vivian Maier, second is Cindy Sherman, and the third is Annie Leibovitz. One is a self-portrait, the second is an assisted self-portrait, and the third is a portrait of another individual. So I'm just going to talk you through how I recreated each image. The first one was a self-portrait in the style of Vivian Maier. Vivian Maier was known for her clever street photography and her ingenious use of reflections when it came to her self-portraits. For this I used my Mamiya C3300 medium format camera. Like Maier's work, the images from this are a square format, and it is also a twin lens reflex camera. Again, this is the style of camera that Maier typically used. In a lot of her self-portraits it is often a reflection of herself in a mirror or a shop window, and it's usually surrounded by a lot of odd things. There's, quite an interesting surrounding going on in these self-portraits. So for this I also wore my fedora hat because in a lot of Vivian Maier's images she is also wearing her hat. And I headed to one of my favourite bars in Birmingham, which is The Botanist. They have a really cool interior and a very interesting, pretty bathroom. There's a lot of large mirrors, there's like kind of pine wood behind these lovely tile floors and hanging plants, and I just thought it would make for a very interesting image. We did originally try and do a few in shop windows, but 1, it was just so windy that my hat wouldn't stay on, and 2, you couldn't actually see me in the reflection. The camera wasn't picking it up so well. I must admit it was a little awkward taking a photo because every time we'd be trying to set it up, somebody would come out of the bathroom behind us and just be like... So yeah, that was interesting. But I'm really happy with the final image. I also, even though it was in colour film, because that's just the film I had in my camera at the time, I did have to convert it to black and white. And that is my reinterpretation of an iconic Vivian Maier self-portrait. So for the second artist I chose Cindy Sherman, who is best known for her iconic body of work entitled Film Stills. I brought this up in my last video, but to give a brief summary, she essentially disguised herself as different female characters. Some are fictitious, some are inspired by real people or Alfred Hitchcock style heroines, as a commentary on gender roles, the male gaze, so on and so forth. Now the amount of images in Untitled Film Stills is huge, but I chose a very specific one as it was probably the most easy to set up, and also I just had everything there already. I chose Untitled Film Still number 34, in which Sherman can be seen lounging on a bed in a white shirt with a book or fashion magazine of some sort next to her. The bed is draped in black sheets, and she doesn't appear to be wearing anything on the bottom half of her body except for a pair of nude underwear. So as this was going to be tricky, I needed to get the pose exactly right, so I got my friend Tabby to help me, as it would be an assisted self-portrait. It's a bit of a tight squeeze in my bedroom, but we managed to recreate it after what felt like 20 minutes of just trying to get the pose and the shirt and the sheets and the book exactly right. I didn't use any wigs for this particular shoot. I just put on some makeup and lipstick that was a little darker than a nude shade. And there we have my recreation of Cindy Sherman's Untitled Film Still number 34. final image, I didn't want to be the subject. I wanted to photograph someone else, as I am a photographer first and foremost, and am most comfortable behind the camera rather than in front of it. So I was thinking about what iconic Annie Leibovitz portraits I could recreate, as she's known best for her portraiture. And then I remembered the famous image that she took of Whoopi Goldberg in the bathtub full of milk. The concept behind this image was that Whoopi had a stage routine in which she would play a little girl who was attempting to become white by bleaching her skin or bathing in a tub of bleach. So Leibovitz thought, why not put Whoopi in a bathtub full of milk as a social and racial commentary? So I decided that the only person that could model this shoot was my friend and fellow photographer Robin Jade, who has appeared in quite a few of my videos now, so you should be well acquainted with her. She's a very outspoken mixed-race feminist activist. So this takes place in my bathroom, again, and once again you should be well acquainted with that after the bath bomb shoot. We filled the bathtub up with water and then added coconut milk and regular milk just to try and cloud the water a little bit. I wanted it to be as opaque as possible without wasting too much milk.
Okay, cool. Oh yes, that's beautiful consistency.
Yeah?
That's beautiful.
Woo!
It covers a lot. Yes, nice and pink.
You excited?
Yes!
So we are recreating the Whoopi Goldberg portrait by Annie Leibovitz, where she is in a bathtub full of milk. And Robin seems to be loving life.
As a mixed race person, I really resonate with this picture because her dark skin tone contrasting with the white milk, I think is just really beautiful. Obviously being mixed race, got a bit of black, got a bit of white, you know what I mean? And in my work, I try to speak up a lot for the black community as well, so that's why it really speaks to me. And Annie Leibovitz is just a legend herself, and I love her lighting, and I love everything that she does.
Because we were losing a lot of light, this was actually done at the end of the day. It was the only time that we were both free to do it. So I had to do quite a bit of editing and shifting the colour balance and exposure on this. But I am really pleased with the final result, and this is my favourite out of the three that I've recreated. And that is my reinterpretation of Whoopi Goldberg by Annie Leibovitz. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I have no idea what I'm doing next week, I'll be honest. I am still uploading my Game of Thrones reactions every Saturday, but as for photographic and creative content every Wednesday, I'm not 100% sure what's the plan next week, so you're just gonna have to tune in and find out. But if you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. You can also follow me on Facebook, on Instagram and on Twitter. I will leave the links in the description down below. And with that being said, I will see you guys next week. Bye! Technically Saturday now as well. Shh.